Do 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 do. Yeah. There we go. Oh, this mic sound. There we go. Yo.
What it do? What it do?
Hey, B man, fresh off your retirement announcement yesterday, man. Man,
Yeah,
once again, man, huge congrats to an amazing 14-year career, man. How did it feel? Just I know you already, made that decision, but I guess letting the world know, man. How did that feel yesterday?
man, it felt good, bro. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, you knew about it. A couple of my, immediate family, close friends knew about it. But like you
Mhm.
said, man, being able just to tell the world what it was, just put that chapter behind me, man. So felt good though, man. Got a lot of love, and I appreciate it.
Yeah, deserved much deserved, man. So coming into the league, did you? And I know everybody wants to come in and have a long career and go to the Hall of Fame and be a Pro Bowler and win a Super Bowl, all these different things. What was your, I guess your, because I know coming in for me, I'm like, man, I want to come in, I want to get 10. Like if I come in, I get a 10-year, and if like that's good. Like what was your, I guess your long term goal coming in, or did you even have one?
Man, honestly, bro, I ain't have one. It was make the team, bro. Like you know what I mean? 6th round, it was just make the team, bro. Make the team,
Mm-hmm.
um, and just do whatever you can do to get you a spot on the mob. And then
Yeah.
once I was able to get that starting role, it was like, okay, well, let me get to a second contract. And then once I got to that second contract, it was 10 years for me. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And I felt as though anything after 10 years was a plus. So I think that was kind of my mindset. That was my goal coming into, and 14 years later, man, it's just been a blessing.
14 years, man. Shit, I'm gonna put you on the spot, man. I need you to give me like three moments and throughout your should not even just pro, college or pro, where it's like man, like moments that stand out, I guess, more than others. With like, whether it's a play, a game, obviously you won a Super Bowl, you lost the Super Bowl, so you've been on both ends of that spectrum. So what are like those, I guess, those moments that really stand out the most in your throughout your illustrious career?
Man, I would have to say I would go back to um college, right?
Mm-hmm.
My freshman year, you know, I played sparingly toward the end of the year. Going into my sophomore year, I still wasn't starting. So we go to Texas Southern. Um, First game of the year, my guy B Johnson's he's starting strong safety. He pulls his hamstring like a minute left, go to halftime. AB, you going in, right? So that second half, I had 10 tackles.
In the second
That
half.
in the second half, that
Mm-hmm.
next game, we're back at Howard and we're playing Hampton, our rival. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, growing Newport News, I was right up the road, and that game right there, um, was like that was one of my best games ever. I had 13 tackles, 3 fumble recoveries, a touchdown. It was like one of them days. It was just like, well, damn, like I can do this. You know what I'm saying? So that game kind of like is one of them games that I kind of stamps like one of my best games ever. And obviously, winning the Super Bowl, that was a big moment in my
Rookie year too. That's
rookie
crazy.
year. Yeah, that was a huge moment in my career, and then I would say I would to give it a third. I would say the Super Bowl loss. I think that was a big time day in my career. You know what I mean? Being that I was on the other
And
side a
that was
few
my rookie
years.
year.
Yeah, so being that I was on the other side, a few years prior, and wondering in
Mm-hmm.
my head like how was it for that losing team to make it that far and to lose, and then when we got there, and played the Saints, man, and with that onside kick and with the interception, and being out there on the field, that confetti dropping and shit, man, that shit was the worst, one of the worst feelings ever in football. You know what I mean? So I
Yeah.
would say those kind of the three top moments of my football career.
Yeah, man. Dang, boy. That's crazy. Well, man, congratulations again, man. I'm sure you'll be getting more love going forward. Like I said, deservedly so, man. Especially from Colts Nation. Already was in the you were already in the what is it? The Ring of Honor. I remember your banner already up in the like in the mill room. What was
Nah,
that?
nah, that was just it was something that they did, you know what I mean, as
Mm-hmm.
far as like some of the past and current players or whatever that they
Yeah.
felt as though had an impact on the organization. They put them in the middle room or whatever. But as far as the Ring of Honor, shit, I'm gonna keep my fingers crossed on that, man. I would love to.
That blue jacket coming soon.
Man, I hope so. I hope
That blue
so.
jacket coming soon, man. Colts, Niners, Cardinals, Giants, man. Hats off to an amazing career once again, man. 14 years.
Appreciate you, bro.
Absolutely, man. But let's jump into it, man. A lot going
Yeah.
on around the NFL. What you want to jump into first?
Man, D Watson, man. Let's jump
Ooh.
into it, man. Let's talk about it, man. A lot of talk. He might be requesting a trade. I know I seen you a lot. I seen you on social media, like, man, the team can't give up enough for
That's a
for D
fact.
Watson, for Houston to give up D Watson. But and then a lot of a lot of conversation about, I guess the upper management told him that he'll be in the room when they would have those talks with those possible GMs and things of that nature, and it didn't happen that way, so he's upset. You think he has a right to feel that way?
I mean, like you said, they told him. I don't know if they necessarily say he'll be in the room, but they told him he'll have some input
Mm-hmm.
in the decisions that are made. And with them telling them that, like, I mean, you got to follow through. You know what I mean? And it's been some history with that, some questionable history with that organization, with players and some statements that have been made by ownership. With the prisoners running the jail and stuff
Right.
like that. So on this side of it, with him being a franchise quarterback, and we know you can say what you want. It's a player, and players they have their role, and management and coaches they have their role. But he is, a rarity. Like he's an elite talent in his prime, and if you give him your word, basically, like, hey, you're gonna be a part of this process going forward, and then you backtrack on that and don't hold up your end of that, that's obviously gonna cause some fracture, and
Yeah.
I don't understand it from their standpoint. Now, if they never told him that and they just went on about their business and never consulted him, that's one thing. I couldn't really feel a certain way about that. But with you telling him that and then not doing it, and now the reports are coming out that he was basically vouching for Eric Bieniemy. And like I said, that's the thing where you say, all right, we're gonna bring him in, we're gonna give him a shot, we're gonna have him in, but you don't even have him on your interview list.
Yeah, that's
Like,
wild.
come on, that's crazy. That's almost like going above and beyond to, go against your guy. That's your guy, and then it's on the heels of. I don't know if you saw that video of JJ Watt and him walking off the field after the last game, and JJ
Yeah.
basically saying, like, man, I feel bad for you, man. We basically wasted a year.
Mm-hmm.
We should have 11 wins this year, blah, blah, blah. So I definitely feel him. He definitely should feel some type of way. What you think?
Nah, I'm with you. I'm with you. With them telling Deshaun that, look, we'll sit down and we will talk with you and try to see where your head's at as far as who you value. And like you said, for them not to even consider that, it's tough. And then again, a big thing as far as, and you kind of really just hit it on the head, where players, you got to play your role, upper management play your role. Obviously, Deshaun, he's not gonna be the shot caller. He's not going to be the guy that has the last say. But I think it
Mm-hmm.
speaks volume of the organization and where the organization, where they stand at the moment. You know what I mean? Just as far as organizational wise, and really not being on the same page. And 9 times out of 10, you want to be on the same page with your franchise leader. So
Yeah, got to be on the same page there, man. But as the They just hired their GM, and we talked about it our last recording on Wednesday. You know, they just hired Nick Caserio from New England, and you know, before he's a week on the job, you already got your, you know, reports. Adam Schefter and all these people coming out with detailed reports about you know, the fracture between the franchise quarterback and the franchise. There's been rumors saying that they haven't been able to get in contact with Deshaun. So your first week on the job as a GM, like how do you handle that? How do you approach that? Because I definitely have, you know, my thoughts on it.
Hey, Deshaun, man. Hey, where you at? Hey, either I'm flying to you, or I'm gonna get you a flight, man. We need to sit down and talk. You know what I mean? I think that's what you got to do as a GM, because you don't want to start your job off with your franchise player feeling a certain type of way. So whatever he got to do to get in front of Deshaun and have him feel comfortable of his vision, I think that's the first thing as a new GM, first week on the job. That's what you got to do. What you gonna do?
Yeah, I agree. Got to try to get him on the phone. Got to try to have a face to face if you can. Hey man, when you get back to Houston, wherever, hey, let's have a Zoom. Cause sure, we've been Zooming for a year now. Let's have a Zoom call. Let's, you know, I'm not sure the conversations that took place before I got here. Now I'm here. We can talk about these different head coaching candidates, and like I said, not to say, you know, whatever Deshaun says goes, but you have to understand it's a hierarchy. It's a different hierarchy, and it depends on what the situation is on that team. It's a different situation in New England. You got Bill Belichick, who's the head coach, who's the GM, who's won multiple championships over the years, and now you got a first-year GM, and you got a franchise quarterback that's already in place, locked up contract-wise. So really, in that situation, I would believe Deshaun will have more leverage. You know, after the owner, he's the most important piece in that building. So got to get on the same page, man. Hey, man, this is what it is. Let's talk. Let's talk about these coaching candidates. What's your vision? What do you want out of a coach? What do you think this team needs? Blah, blah, blah. And just get on that same page and try to hash it out. Because ultimately, I don't think he goes anywhere at the end of the day. So I don't want a begrudge quarterback in the building. So we try to make him happy as possible. I don't think it's enough assets out there that a team could give up. You saw Jamal Adams. He required two first round picks plus a player, a starter, plus another pick. Jalen Ramsey, same thing. So you look at Deshaun, you know, you're looking at 4 or 5 first rounders, and I just don't see it happening. I don't see a guy getting traded 25 years old, locked up for 4 more years. So you just got to smooth that out as best as possible. I don't think Deshaun ends up going anywhere. I think Nick just got to find a way to work it out, man.
I think Nick will, you know what I mean? And like you said, our last recording, you kind of went down all the roads that he was in when he was in New England. Yep. So obviously being close to the players, he understands that relationship, and he understands that relationship is very important. So I'm pretty sure they'll get it smoothed out, man. I'm pretty sure Deshaun is feel a certain type of way, as he should. And I think I will feel the same type of way. But I think they'll get it. I think they'll get it done. They'll smooth it out.
For sure. And I've been seeing reports, man. Actually, I was on PFF's show last night on Sirius XM. Yeah. Solomon Wilcox and George for PFF, and it was like George asked, "Hey man, what if the Jaguars gave him the first?" I said, "Look, man, nowhere in hell. Even if they do trade him, they not trading him to anybody in the division. So Jaguar fans." Colts fans, it ain't happening. No chance in hell. I think it's a 0.01% he's moved anyway, and it's a 0.00000% chance you trade him within the division. That ain't happening, bro.
Yeah. Now, if if Bill was there, you might have a chance.
If Bill was where? Oh, Billy O.
If Billy O was still in Houston, you might have a chance.
Hey, Billy O, you might be able to get him for the stimmy.
Stimmy, right? Hey, Billy O was like, man, you know, Billy O probably already knew he was out of there. He's like, man, this whole franchise, man, I'm about to put it under the ground.
That's crazy, man. But yeah, man, I don't see him moving, man. I think at the end of the day, it's gonna be much ado about nothing. But it should be, I guess, not a warning, but other franchises should definitely pay attention to, to situations like this, because players are more, I guess, aware of their,
And
power,
value and that
leverage,
power.
yeah,
Yeah.
value, and when it comes to these organizations. So, you got as an organization, you got to move differently. You know what I mean? It is a business, but it's a different type of business. It's a sports business, a football business. So you got to know how to move, man. And just if you tell me something, just follow up on that, man. Just be a man of your word.
And
It's
that's it.
simple as that. It's
That's it.
simple as that.
And then I think a lot of times, man, and I'm pretty sure you've seen it. My time in the league, man, I think that's the most important things guys respect. Like whether it's good or bad, something I don't want to hear. Yo, at the end of the day, I'm a grown man. Just
Grown ass man.
be a man of your word. Give it to me 100. Don't beat around the bush. Keep it straightforward. And I think a lot of relationships could be a whole lot better, even business wise, as far as contract talks and all that. We understand that it's negotiations or whatever. But if you can be straightforward and we can be on the same page, man, that's good business. You know what I mean, you can't
great business.
That's great business, and you can't substitute great business.
That's a fact, man, and I agree with that. I echo those sentiments. Definitely, my time in the league, same thing. You deal with, and even college. You go back to college, and I feel like some coaches, some people in the front office, they just don't know how to have that type of engagement, that interaction. They don't know how to have that, kind of how players have it all the time. And players, the coaches, like position coaches, I feel like have the most honest conversations. I would say.
Yeah.
But once you go to coordinators and head coaches and general managers of things, that's when it's a lot of bullshit and you got to read between the lines and this and that. And it's like, instead of like, hey, Antoine, like this is what we're thinking right now. This is where we see you at right now. This is where we see us. You know what I mean? Just have that conversation. And Grigson getting knocked on a lot. But one thing, and I can say a lot of good things about Grigson, some bad things, but one good thing I could definitely say about him is he's kept it 100 with me. I can't speak for anybody else, but even when he signed me, I got cut by the Patriots, and then I had some stuff going on in Carolina, got cut by them, and some guys were banged up on the coast. I think Vontae was hurt, Justin King was hurt, Powers was hurt, and he brought me in. And he was like, hey, I was high on you coming out of the draft, but this is your third shot, and we got some guys banged up. So, if you don't make it this time around, like this may be your last shot to league. I'm just keep it a buck with you.
Yeah.
Like, shit, I appreciate that. And throughout that career, I ended up spending 6 years there, but throughout our time there, and same thing with Chris Ballard when he came in, when he moved on, when he drafted from the league, when we moved on, like we had honest, real conversation. I always appreciate that because grown man, we know what the business is. We know how this thing chew you up and spit it out, pause. But it is what it is. Just keep it real with us, man.
Nah, that's real, because I had a similar conversation when I was in San Fran. And John Lynch had just got the GM job. And I think from his side, his viewpoint, being a former player, he understood the situation that I was in. So he called me in. We had a long talk, like an hour and a half talk, just talking some real stuff, talking football. And eventually, I asked for my release, and he kept it a buck. He said, look, I'll grant you your release. And he was like, and it's just some real shit. He was like, if you don't like what happens in the off season or when you hit the free agent market, the door's open. You can come back here to San Fran. I'm like, yo, that's some of the realest. That's some of the realest shit that I've ever heard. You know what I mean? I'm gonna grant you release, but if you don't like what's on the other side, hey, look, we open to bring you
door's
back.
Still over, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So I salute the people that can keep it a buck, keep it 100, and keep it straightforward, man. So
yeah. And the guys that have that experience in and around the locker room, typically can have those type of conversations. The Belichicks, the Vrabels, the Chris Ballard, former coach, former player, Nick Caserio, former coach, former player. So when you have that, and a lot of these guys that are calling the shots, they may be MBAs or different things in different businesses, but that's a whole different beast when you get into there, man. But we'll see, man. I think ultimately they work it out. They damn near have to.
But, shout out Chris Ballard too, man. He shot me a text yesterday, man. Never met him before, never talked to him before. but shot me a text yesterday, man, and I appreciated that. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
obviously from you, Mathis, Weeze, speak highly of him. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
for him to reach out and we've never crossed paths, I appreciate you for that.
Yeah. Solid, dude. Chris Solid, man.
Yeah.
Let's get into these matchups, man. Big week.
Let's do it.
Super wild card, man. We open up the Colts. We open up, man, with a tough one. We got the Bills on the road. Colts at the Bills. Bills are 6.5-point favorite right now.
Who you got? Who you got?
I'm trying to tiptoe to it, man.
Right. So before you ask me, I'm gonna ask you, put you on the spot. Who you got?
Man, hey, man. It's gonna be a tough one. You know, you got Diggs banged up. You got Beasley banged up. You don't think
ain't nobody trying to hear none of that shit, man.
You think they're gonna be out there?
Yeah, they definitely gonna be out there.
But you know, I got to stick to my guns though. I've said for a month now that the Bills, you know, they the hottest looking team right now, man. Going into this thing, and I even like them over as a favorite coming out of AFC over the Chiefs. So I gotta stick with it, man. I gotta stick with that. The Colts definitely have a shot, though. Definitely have a good chance to win. They're definitely built to compete and beat any team in the league, Chiefs, Bills included. Play great defense. You got Phillip playing well, especially these last 4 or 5 weeks, along with Jonathan Taylor, who's been running crazy. So they definitely got a chance. This 6.5-point spread, I don't think the Bills cover that. I don't think it's a chance in hell they cover the spread. But I get the Bills the edge, man. Home field, like I said, quarterbacks playing hot, teams playing well, man. Defense playing well. Who you got, man?
Yeah, I'm going, man. Upset. Colts, man. Colts win.
Colts winning on the road.
Colts winning on the road, man. They're gonna stick to their formula. They see what's working for them. They're gonna feed the young boy, let him run the rock, eat the clock up, time of possession. It's gonna lean to the Colts. They're gonna keep Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs, and company on the sideline. And defense gonna come out on ball. I'm pretty sure they're hearing all of that. They're hearing all the Josh Allen talk. They're hearing all the Stephon Diggs talk. And I'm pretty sure they up for this challenge. So I feel as though the Colts defense, they will come out and play well. I think the front four is gonna get to Josh Allen. Rush lane's gotta be on point. Because Josh Allen can beat you with his legs. So the rush lane's gotta be important. They gotta be intact.
We out here, cuz.
Hey, for the shoe, baby. I'm going with the Colts, man.
All right, man. Hey, you know, like we spoke about Diggs. The thing we got on our side, we got Xavier Rhodes, who's very familiar with Diggs, obviously. Played a long time together in Minnesota. So when he's on the outside, I would imagine that they will follow Diggs' playoff game. And then when he goes in that slot, we got man-to-man alum Kenny Moore, one of the best slot defenders in the league. And then we got that pass rush for the Colts to win. I think the Colts can win it. Like I said, it'd be a definite close game toss-up.
You heard it here.
Slight edge to Buffalo, but we got the pass rush. It's going to be about, can our offense go score for them? Can our offense score touchdowns when we get in the red zones, man? We cannot kick field goals against this offense, man. So keep feeding Taylor. Protect that O-line. It's a little banged up. Colts got a great shot, man.
Hey.
For the shoe.
For the shoe, baby. Get back here on Monday, man. We're gonna be talking about that.
That's a fact. Overreaction Monday, first one of the playoffs. Gonna be
yes,
crazy.
sir. Yes, sir.
Next game, man. We got the Rams at the Seahawks.
Seahawks.
You got the Hawks?
I got the Hawks, man. Not sure what's up with Goff. Not been getting a lot of the first team reps.
And dumb, man.
It's just tough. It's tough playing that quarterback position, man. I'm gonna just go with the Seahawks. End of the year, their defense started to play well, started to gel together, and obviously, man, with Russell Wilson back there, controlling the show, man. I feel as though they're gonna pull it off, man. So I got the Seahawks on that one.
Got to get his shit together, man. Russ got to get. They got to get back on. Let me see what Just watching them. Hell, man, they gotta get back right, man. On that offense side, the defense is playing better. The Rams defense is whew, phenomenal. So if
Yeah,
Goff does play and they can put up, that's
seven.
no man. I'm going with the Hawks too, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Hawks on that
I'm gonna
one.
go with the Hawks. I gotta trust. I trust Russell Wilson more than I trust a healthy Golf. Damn sure more than I trust a banged up Golf. um, I think obviously I think the Rams defense is better. We always talk
Mm-hmm.
about defense, run game in the playoffs. I think their defense is better. Jamal Adams said he's gonna play. I know you said you spoke on your experience with that injury, that AC
Yeah,
sprain and how real that shit is.
that's real.
So we'll see if he's himself. But if that defense can hold up and play well, especially if it's not Golf out there, I got to take the Seahawks. And it's only a 3-point spread in that game.
Yeah,
Seahawks are only favored by 3.
it's gonna be a tough game anyway. You know, another divisional opponents. They know each other well. So it's gonna be a tough one. It's gonna be a tough one. And I'm saying that today on Friday. Tonight my pick might change in this game.
Hey man, so I'm taking the Seahawks and I'm gonna take them to cover that 3 points.
Okay.
That's what it is right now. So I'm taking the Hawks to win by more than a field goal. But Russell, man, come on, show me something. Be Mr. Unlimited, please. You looking slightly limited right now,
You
guys.
think? Yeah, looking suspect.
I wouldn't say quite suspect, but he not looking like he was looking like he was cooking. He was
Beginning of the
cooking
year.
with gas. Cooking with gas. Oh, yeah, that was the one right there.
What's that? Red
Cooking
Bull?
with gas. Yeah, man. I thought this the last free episode I'm giving Red Bull. So after this, I might have to switch it up and try something else.
Bruh.
They ain't hit me back about the sponsorship yet.
Speaking of energy drinks, bro. Man, my first couple of years, man, we used to take a shot of this shit called Red Line. You ever had that?
Oh man. I don't rock that.
I think they ended up banning that in the league or taking it off the shelf. Yo, that Red Line with a two-door shot, bruh.
That's the one. That was the cocktail. That was the combo right there. So what was your throughout your league, throughout your career? Because you played. I know when you first came, ain't no telling what the hell y'all was taking pregame. And then as you got older in the league, I guess whatever you comfortable speaking of, what was your pregame routine getting ready for the game? I had some different ones.
So coming into the league, my routine was I always had to call Mom Dukes before we left out to hit the tunnel. I called Mom Dukes, but it was a cold tub, hot tub contrast. I kept that throughout my 14 years. And then Tordor shot the night prior of the game, and then Tordor
took the
shot
night before.
Yeah.
Ooh, you had the double 20?
Yeah, and then
That's how you play 14.
and then we will hit the red lines. But with the red line, the bottle was like this. It would say about like this, but we only took a cap full.
Mm-hmm.
We only took a cap full, and bruh, shit, like
You took another one. You took another cap full at halftime.
Depending on how I was feeling. But 9 times out of 10, I didn't. You talking about running through a wall, man? That was love. But then I think that was that red line probably lasted a couple years, and then after that it was just Tordor. But then once I got to San Fran, I stopped taking Tordor. Tordor. So I would say my last 6 years in the league, it was no Tordor.
Was that when they started making us sign the waivers and shit?
I want to say it was a little bit before that.
Okay.
It was a little bit before that.
I remember that.
Yeah, my last 6 years though, it was just all adrenaline. And that was it. How about you?
Well, when I first came into the league, like you see movies and you hear stuff, but it was nothing like that first preseason game. Matter of fact, it wasn't even a real game. preseason game. I go, back in the training room to get tape and shit, and I just see cats coming in, lining up, pulling their cheek out, pulling their cheek out. Doctor like, yeah, hit him in the boom. Okay, I'm like, oh, he must be hurt. He must be dealing with something. Boom, coming in. Coaches coming in there, yo. Come on, poke me up. So I'm like, yo,
hey,
this shit, wow.
Wow.
I'm like, nah, I'm good on that. So I didn't get a Toradol shot my first few years in the league. And then I forgot what I was playing. I had some type of injury that I needed something to get me right for the game. So I was taking the Toradol pills.
Yeah.
And the Toradol pills, like, they hit, but this is my first experience with it, but they don't hit the same. Yeah. And it take like a while for it to get in your system. Like that Toradol, that shot, like you good in probably 10, 15. So I'm taking the pills, and then I kind of was like, man, as you get out, you start feeling bumps and bruises a little different. So then probably like year 4 is when I started taking the shot. And then as I, got more, I started doing different things. I would get like on Fridays, I would get like an IV with all the vitamins and the magnesium and stuff like that.
Shit, Dr. P used to come to the crib. We used to be able.
Yep. Yeah. Used to get us right. So you get all that. Then I had to get in a regimen and see my MAT, get an ART, get Cairo, straight, all that different stuff. And then on game day, got the torty, had to have the torty, and then one of my teammates, I will say his name, but because he got some red flags, so I was probably taking it might have been illegal, but he used to whip some concoction up.
Right. I already know who you talking about.
Man, I know what you talking about. He used to shake, had that thing shook up, and that thing would be damn near bubbling. Bro. Man, the first time I took that joint, bro, and I was ready to
was it at so I seen somebody take some of that at practice and bugged out.
I already know you talking about.
And bugged out.
It was the same shit.
The same shit. I'm like, yo, y'all can't do that shit. Like my man been doing that forever. You can't like y'all just can't jump out the motherfucking woodworks and be like, yo, let me hit that. Like shit.
Yo. Hey man, but that was that. I forgot what he used to call it, but that was the one. But so yeah, you go and I went and getting B12 shots and but you do whatever you got to do to get right, to go in that game, and have that perform at your highest level. But yeah, everybody do different. Everybody go through their different things. Sometimes switch up. Sometimes you stick with your routine. But yeah, man.
Good times.
Great times. Let's get back to these games, man. By the way, you listening to this episode, at the end of this episode, we're gonna have a great interview with Terry Mclaurin, Washington football team, standout receiver, captain as a second-year receiver, which you don't see much in this league. Very respected by his teammates, very respected around the league. Yeah. I know you played against him last year as a rookie. So we got that interview with him at the end of this, in the recorded episode that'll come out tonight. But next game,
Indiana native.
Indiana native. What do you want, the Pike, right?
Nah. He said he stayed around Pike. I forgot what he said. What high school he said he went to.
Okay. Yeah. But yeah, so yeah, the next game, Washington football team. Well, it's the Bucks at the Washington football team, man. I know you came in this season very, very high on the Bucks. Yeah. Kind of had some ups and downs, ended the season real strong. Tom Brady breaking all the, Tampa records and stuff like that. 21st year in the league. First year going into the playoffs as a wild card.
It's crazy.
That's crazy. So he's going on the road to the Washington football team. How you feel like they're our favorite on the road by 7.5. How you think this game is going to turn out?
So I think a lot of people think Tampa Bay is going to go in there and walk over these cats, and I don't see that happening. I have them winning. I have them winning, but one thing we do know that Tom doesn't like people at his feet. Another thing we know is that front four that the Washington football team has is good, and they're gonna be rushing the quarterback.
Best in the league.
So I think this game is gonna be a lot closer than what people think. If I got a bet on it, I'm definitely going with Tom Brady and the Bucks. But I think it's gonna be a good game. I think Watson gonna go out there, fly around. I think the defense is gonna play really well. Now, as far as the quarterback situation, is Alex Smith starting?
Supposed to be starting. They said that they may possibly rotate or something like that, which makes me question his health.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, but he's supposed to be playing.
Yeah. So we'll see. But
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Tampa, but it's gonna be closer than what people think.
I agree. Like you said, it's a 7.5 point spread. Tampa's weight on the road. So if I'm betting on this against the spread, I'm gonna bet on the Washington football team to cover that 7.5 points. They got a chance to win it. You heard BA came out and it was like, this is a different football team. You can't look at their overall record. It's a different football team when Alex Smith plays. I think they're 4-1 +3 in the turnover margin, which, me and you know that turnover margin is damn near everything when it comes to winning or losing ball games. So Alex Smith, we know he takes care of the ball. If he can take care of the ball, and this is the recipe to beat Tom Brady in the playoffs, is having some great pass rushers up front that you can just get after him with 4. And, Washington, they have, 4 or 5 first rounders up there rushing the passer. So it's gonna be interesting if they get after him early and often and hit him. I'm taking the Bucks to win too, though. I saw Mike Evans jogging on the sideline in practice. So I know if I was ever jogging on the sideline before a playoff game, I'm playing. I don't know what capacity or how many plays, but I know I'm playing if I can jog at practice. So I expect him to be out there. Even if he's not, I'll still take Tampa to win the game, but I like the football team to cover this 7.5 point spread. But like you said, I'm on the same page as you, man. It's gonna be a better game than most people expect.
Yeah.
Most people expect, man. Next game, got another road favorite. Baltimore Ravens going to see the Tennessee Titans. Titans, who you picked a while ago to win the AFC South. They did. Barely beating the Texans in week 17 in overtime. We've also spoke about the Baltimore Ravens being one of the hottest teams coming into the playoffs, probably the best team coming out of that AFC North that's in the playoffs, at least that we think. How you think this is going to turn out? Ravens are favored by 3 points.
I'm going with the Baltimore Ravens. I think they have momentum on their side. Again, I think it's going to be a tough game. Derrick Henry, obviously, with that run game, Baltimore got to be able to do something with that. But Lamar Jackson, man, he's on fire right now, and I feel as though he feels that. I think the team's going to feed off of that. I think Lamar's going to get his first playoff win, and I'm gonna go with the Baltimore Ravens, man.
Damn, yeah, Lamar got to get that monkey off his back, man.
Got to. He'll do it this weekend.
Yeah, facts, and I think it's an unfair, that he already has this notion that he can't play in big games because he's played and won a bunch of big games already in his early career. This is only his second full year starting, and his first full year starting, he won the MVP. Very young cat, was younger than the number 1 overall pick with Joe Burrow coming into this season. So very young. I think he goes against this win as well. I like the Titans as a football team. Like you said, very physical on the offensive side, handing that ball to Derrick Henry. You saw them get all the way to the AFC Championship with Tannehill throwing for 75 and 80 yards in the playoffs last year. The Ravens added Calais up on their front, and this is why you bring a guy like Calais Campbell in. This is why you draft, Queen in the first round. This is why you got to be able to stop the run in the playoffs. And, that's going to be the Titans recipe. And I think they'll figure it out, and I think they'll do that. I think Lamar on the offensive side, when they had the ball, he's going to take as much control of this game as possible. He'll probably run for 100 yards. So it's gonna be a fun. I think this is gonna be a fun game to watch, though, man. Titans always gonna make it interesting. I'm taking the Ravens, and I'm taking the Ravens to cover on the road, 3 points. So Ravens -3. I'm going with it. I'm rocking with it.
Okay. What I can say this weekend, man, it's gonna be some good games, man. It's gonna be some hell of a games, man. Yeah, great games. So definitely gotta be locked in.
Next one, and I know you spoke on this one. You spoke on the best player on the Bears team, Khalil Mack.
Mm-hmm.
I know you saw his statement. I didn't see his statements. What did he come out and say?
He
His
just
Bears
said,
at the Saints.
yeah, Bears are the Saints. He just can't.
I'm sorry. Is this Bears at the Saints or Saints at the Bears?
Should be at the I thought it'd be at this, but anyway, Khalil Mack came out and said
Bears at Saints.
he feels as though they're being disrespected. You know what I mean? So I don't know if that's for him and his troops to get rallied up or what. But at the end of the day, your record is what your record is. We spoke about money making Mitch and the way he's been playing down the stretch.
Right, Mitch.
And we also talked about that caliber of defense that the Chicago Bears have. They have a championship style defense. So again, this is a new season. Anything can happen, but in this game,
Spread. It's the Saints now. Saints at home. Bears at Saints. Saints 9.5 point spread.
I think I'm gonna go with the Saints, but I'm not even on the spreads and shit. But I don't think the Saints cover that.
You don't think they win by 10?
Nah.
I gotta agree with you. Yeah, that defense, they got a mob on defense, man. Yeah. I like, and the Saints defense been playing well too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Saints to win though. I'm with you. You picked the Saints to win as well, right?
Nah, yeah, for sure.
All right, yeah. So Bears at Saints. I'm taking the Saints to win the game. Khalil Mack. Of course, you get the disrespect. You got Mitch Trubisky as your quarterback, man. Nope. Everybody in the league and around the league respects Khalil Mack.
Money making Mitch, baby.
Hey, if you respect the defense, I don't think everybody around the league respects Mitch Trubisky, and that can change. That can change this week. You know how the league is. It's what have you done for me lately? So if Mitch comes out and win this game on the road against, this is second seed, right? So hey, you can change a lot of minds and make a lot more money, Mitch. So it's your opportunity, man. But this is why the Bears are being quote unquote disrespected. I'm taking the Saints to win the game, but I'm with you. I think the Bears cover the spread. It's a 9.5 point spread, pretty big in the playoffs. Mitch is playing better down the stretch. So, yeah, I'm taking the Saints to win, but the Bears to cover. But once again, I think that's going to be a good game as well, man.
Yeah.
I really like all these games. I mean, it's the playoffs, so we expect good games. I'm excited, man. We made it. We're here. This last game, we're going to talk about, Browns at the Steelers.
Another good game.
Another good game. Should be physical. They just played in week 17, but obviously the Steelers rested a bunch of their starters. Browns still barely won. Browns get Denzel Ward back, who I think he missed 4 or 5 games this year, but he was having
a good year.
Oh yeah, he was having a very, very good year. I still think he's like top 2 or 3 in pass defense, even though he missed all that time. So they get Denzel Ward back. Obviously got Myles Garrett.
They're going through a lot right now, though.
Yep.
Going through a lot. COVID situation hit them at the wrong time. Head coach is out. You got a guy that's about to call plays for the first time. He's running that team. And he can't see his guys in the building. I know you kind of talked about it earlier today. As far as I think they opened the doors today.
Nah, they were supposed to. I didn't see an update, but they were supposed to open the doors for the first time.
So everything is Zoom. Obviously, I think everybody's maneuvered the best they could as far as with this COVID situation, but not being able to practice. I know I see a lot of people talking about it's not a big thing, but you want to have some type of continuity going into this first playoff game, your first playoff game in 18 years. You want to have your guys in that building. You want to feel you want to feel each other, see how guys are, look in their eyes, see are they ready, just make sure everybody's prepared. But
you want to try to make it as much, as normal as possible, as business as usual as possible.
Exactly.
It's going to be a bigger game, lights a little brighter. Obviously, this is if they lose, and this, going into these type of games, like these are the games where the coaches speak on it, maybe even before or after, and say, "Hey, man, this is the last time this team is going to be together." 2020 Browns, like this team will never be the same. People gonna move
Exactly.
on, coaches, players, people in the front office. So this is the last time they're gonna be together. So you want to go into all these games with your best foot forward. Obviously it's 2020, so nobody's been dealt necessarily a fair hand. Um, but so they're gonna have to, they're gonna have to battle through, man.
As we always say,
Hey, there you go ahead, bro.
there you go. As we always say, no excuses, no explanations, man. They got to get it done. Next man up, man. I got Pittsburgh winning though.
Yeah, I got Pittsburgh winning as well, man. Me or you didn't like they are favored by 6 at home. Me or you didn't like the decision for them to rest the whole game, week 17. We'll see if it pays off. They played well, a good they're probably best half of offensive football, at least against the Colts in week 16, I believe, and then rest of the starters in 17. So we'll see how that turns out. Juju gave him a little bulletin board material. With his did you see his comments in the interview?
I did.
Yeah, man. So he gave him a little more motivation. Which is, it's gonna be fun to see that. I'm sure people be talking about it, see how that plays out. But yeah, man, division rivalry again, Steelers favored by 6. You think I know you're not with the spread stuff, but you think the Steelers, you said the Steelers win. You like them winning by a touchdown?
I see it.
You see them winning by a touchdown?
Yeah, I see it.
So you think their offense gets back on track?
I just think the defense is going to play well.
Think defense, okay. So defense will play well.
Defense play well.
Yeah, okay. Damn, do I see him?
Big Ben in the offs.
Yeah, I was on matter of fact, Joy popped in. I don't know if she's still in, but she popped in earlier. Shout out to Joy, man. I was on Joy's podcast a couple of days ago, and she's grew up root for Pittsburgh. She said she's nervous about this game. I said if I'm a Steelers fan, I'm not that nervous. I trust Big Ben a hell of a lot more than I trust Baker Mayfield on this stage, especially Ben got a week of rest, week of practice. Baker Mayfield hasn't thrown the football since since that last game. So obviously they start and end, I think, with that running game for that Browns offense. But the experience of Mike Tomlin,
yeah,
you know what I mean, playoff experience. Obviously, first year, your coach of the year, Kevin Stefanski, in the playoffs. So Steelers got the edge there. Yeah, I'll take the Steelers by a touchdown. I'm with you.
Yeah. I think the only
that off.
The way I would feel nervous if I was a Pittsburgh Steelers fan is that I am playing a divisional opponent that knows us well, and just that the history that they have. The Browns, regardless who's shooting up, they're gonna come out and play hard. You know what I'm saying? So obviously with that, and I would be a little nervous, but with, like you said, with the leadership of Mike Tomlin, you got Big Ben at quarterback. And I think defense, shit, I got the Steelers.
Yeah, man. So we agreed. I took the Bills. I gave them the edge. You took the Colts. We think we both took the Seahawks, right?
Yeah, we both took Seahawks.
We both took the Bucks. We both took the Ravens. We both took the Saints. We both took the Steelers. And I got the Bills. I got the Colts covering against the spread. Seahawks covering, they're a favorite. I got the Washington football team covering against the spread. The Ravens covering their favorite by 3 points. The Bears covering the 9.5, and then the Steelers covering the 6-point spread. So yeah, man, those are the picks. I won't even have to drop that pod tonight, man. Those are your picks against the spread right there. It's only 6-7 for this weekend.
There you have it, man. Like Pepe said, be a friend. Tell a friend and tell a friend about the Man to Man pod. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. I seen some stuff in the comments, man. I know we keep saying this shit, but we got some merch coming for you guys, man.
Got to get it right, man. We got to get it right.
Got to get it right, man. These designers, man, and they be in their own world, artists, man. They be in their own world sometimes. So, but he's gonna get it right for us. That will definitely be out soon. The Man to Man pod, the merch, even the AB41 merch, man. I got some shit coming for y'all too. The AB41, the Bet on Yourself merch. So we got some good stuff coming for y'all in 2021, man.
That's a fact. That's a fact. We were supposed to go 40 minutes. We ended up going an hour anyway. We
That's
always
all
rock
good.
with y'all,
Hey,
man. Yeah, man.
good
Definitely got
conversation,
a
good
couple.
dialogue.
As always, as always. Let me see. I know I saw a question for you earlier. Hey, how you that pick you had against McNair, man? God rest his soul.
Yeah,
I ain't know you knocked Cato out. He
man,
was yo,
sleep. Yeah, he was
he
sleep.
was asleep, bro. That's crazy.
Hey,
What was that plane ride like after, man? I saw a couple people comment on that. What was
uh,
that like, man?
shit, I didn't go home. I obviously going to school in going to school in DC, and that was one good thing about Coach Dungy. When it was CU Wednesdays, he trusted his players enough. We were asked like, "Oh, can we stay?" So, and obviously we did that. We did a couple of people did that throughout the year. So with me being close to home, went to school at Howard in DC. We in Baltimore. Myself, Cato, we ended up staying, and we drove to DC. We enjoyed our night in DC.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a good time.
Oh man, that shit was funny. DB, who do you think has the best secondary in the playoffs? I'm a homer, but I love the Green Bay DBs. Green Bay definitely got some DBs. Savage, Amos, Alexander, definitely squad. You know what? All these teams got pretty solid DB units. I like the Seahawks when they're healthy. Bucks when they're playing well. The Ravens, obviously the Saints, Steelers, but I'll probably go with the Rams. Probably the Rams, yeah, from top to bottom. I'll probably go with the Rams as far as the best DB group, top to bottom, in my opinion. What you think,
Yes.
AB?
Uh, I like the Rams. I think Pittsburgh secondary is good too. You got Minka,
Yep.
got the vet Joe Hayden,
Joe Hayden, Stevie Nelson.
Stevie. Yeah, so I like what they doing over there too in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, man.
For
Yep,
sure.
man. But shoot, man.
There you have it, man. Good Friday, man. Hope y'all have a great weekend. Enjoy these games. And
Enjoy these
again,
games. I know I will, man.
yeah, for sure, for
You sipping
sure.
on something this weekend, man?
What's my name, bro? I'm gonna sip on those. I don't know what I'm gonna sip on yet though. Maybe a little bit of tequila.
Yeah, man.
Um,
If you had to pick one game, man, one game this weekend, which game are you most excited to watch?
the Colts and the Bills.
Coast Bills?
Yeah, Colts Bills. And then if it would be number two, it would be
I'm with you. I agree with you on that one. Coast Bills.
Titans Ravens if I had to go number two.
Titans Ravens. I'm excited about the Steelers Browns game. I'm not gonna lie. I want to see the Browns on the big stage. I want to see the Steelers if they crank it up and turn back on who they were at the beginning of the season. So I'm excited. It's gonna be a physical game, AFC North football. So that'll be my second one. I'm excited about this Bills Colts opening up, setting the tones for the 2021 playoffs, man. Excited about it, man. Hey, appreciate y'all. We'll be back Monday, Overreaction Monday. And like I said at the end of this will be a long episode, but check out that Terry Mack interview. Definitely don't want to miss it, man. Great guy, player on and off the field, man. Appreciate y'all, man.
Hey, salute. Y'all have a good weekend.
Yes, sir. As we say, who's
That's
I clicked
hold on. Smoke weed.
Smoke weed every day, huh?
Hey.
Okay, Frank, I hear you.
Hey, Vanessa, stadium won't open in 06. Not yet. It was H2O. That's where we went. But stadium, it was some good times in the stadium too.
I remember the stadium.
Hey.
Stadium.
Yeah, there you go. We're gonna leave out on that one. That's just on a good note.
Yeah. We a great note. Salute y'all, man. We out.